Want to know why you didn't get that promotion? I'm going to tell you really quick. This comes from a client call I had this morning and something that happened to me actually last week. It's very timely. But client's situation is that she's expecting a promotion. She was told by this date after she completed this training that she would be promoted. Now she's not, right? Visibly, she's upset. And if you've ever been in this situation, you know it's pretty disheartening. When you're told you're going to get promoted, you start working a little bit harder, you start being more that person you want to be, and then if the timeline goes by or it gets delayed, or you're told you're no longer up for it, or when someone else gets it, you become a little bit resentful, a little bit jealous. And how can you not? You're a human being. We all get it. Here's what to do instead of what not to do. I've been in a situation before where I have managed teams, I've promoted other people, I've been promoted myself, and in the advertising industry, it happens pretty often and regularly. But when I've been glanced over by promotions, as this happened to me last week, I was told I would be promoted by this day, right? Pay raise, all of these things. I'm like, cool, sweet, good deal. Day comes by, nothing happens, didn't get called in, didn't get notified, and I'm just kind of being looked at. And I was like, cool, roger that, no worries, because I've seen this before, time and time again, this is happening already. And 99% of the time, it's because of other things, right? There's a delay, there's progress, and maybe they just don't want to tell you. Or most likely, it's because they're testing you. The people that are in position to promote you are either giving you a test to see if you're going to rise up to the occasion, or if you're going to sink down and kind of go back to the person that you were, or even less than who you were, because now you're showing disappointment. And this is because they're testing your adversity and your resilience to a given situation as to how you will be and how you will perform when things are going well, and also when things are not going well for you. 9 out of 10 times that's the case. In this situation with the client, I believe she should be promoted. I know she's a wonderful person, and I know she's well equipped to do the job that she's doing. So here's what to do instead, right? If it's not any of the aforementioned things, here's what you do instead, is you now go find a higher paying job, okay? If you work in marketing or advertising or any sort of entertainment or producing industries or arenas, you know that you get a higher paying job by essentially going to one of your competitors, going to a different company, finding a new job. That is how you get the fastest pay raise. That is how you get promoted. That is how you get a better title and position. Companies are competing after you. You are the prize, and you have to remember this. Even if you don't feel like you are, I'm telling you that companies have an extremely difficult time finding people, which means there's a lack of quality candidates out there for most positions. And I've never gotten a job from applying formally. It's always been friend of a friend, or connecting with this person, or you say, hey, I'm shopping around, I'm looking for another company. Do you have anything? Do you guys know anybody? Talking with your friends, your family, your LinkedIn network. You should shop yourself around almost all the time while you're employed. And I get it, maybe you're afraid to do it. You don't want your bosses finding out, you don't want to put them for a reference, or maybe they're the only people you have for a reference. But I'm telling you that if you're in a situation where you're due for promotion and you're not getting promoted, that situation may or may not be toxic. It may not be a good fit for you. Things in your life should come relatively easy. It shouldn't be difficult. You shouldn't have to vie or prove yourself or be tested so many times to the point where you're like, am I taking fucking crazy pills? What's going on? So my advice to you, shop yourself around constantly. This doesn't really apply to relationships. This is just business, but shop yourself around constantly. You never know what's coming for you and what's set for you down the road, but you're gonna have to go knock on a few doors, right? You're gonna have to put yourself out there to get those opportunities to come to you. Number 2, if you want to stay in that job, just do not sulk. Avoid sulking. You show up and you be the person and you act like you got the promotion anyway, even if someone else got it. Don't be jealous. Don't sulk. Don't cry about it. You just start performing, and you outperform them, and you outperform yourself, because at the end of the day, the only person you're competing with is you, all right? Hit me up for one-on-one coaching, or if you're building a business or going through a personal issue, that's what I'm here for. See you guys in the next one.